Thanks, everybody. I'm with AT&T, part of the developer program, and I'm talking about the Application Resource Optimizer, or ARO. It's a free diagnostic tool. You can go to developer.att.com/ARO. We've open sourced it, and there's the GitHub URL, and we'd like to work with you guys and partner with you, let you guys use the source for your projects, and feedback into the community. We'd like to see how we can grow this tool. It lets you test any platform. We have a native collector for Android and for Windows 8. But if you take a PCAP from any other platform, we can also provide analysis for you. It lets you emulate any carrier network. It lets you look at both native and mobile web. We won an award at Mobile World Congress this year, and it lets you see how your app is behaving and suggest improvements. So I'm going to go straight to the screencast here. So this is my phone here, and somebody just tweeted me, so if you tweet me, it'll show up here. But the brave, huh? Yeah, okay. All right. So the Arrow tool is really easy to use. You need a rooted Android device because we are doing TCP dump on the phone. You hit Start Collector, you go, and now we're recording all of the data that comes in and out of this device. So I could go to CNN or whatever and do that. I'm going to stop it now, and then you guys weren't fast enough. But I have a canned trace here that I ran the other day. Yeah, there you guys go. I see. All right, so when I spoke to Steve, he said, you should really do a real-world example. People really go with that a lot more than just canned. So I thought that a really good app to test might be the Velocity app. And don't worry, guys, it's actually a pretty good app. So I did this on my device, and you can see that it's grabbing all of the processes. So you can see that there's Chrome running, and my email was firing. The tool gets every single process and associates all the packets with it. So I can turn off all the other packets coming in, and we can look just at the Velocity app. So now it's redoing its analysis. So you collect a packet trace on your device, you put it onto your PC, and you get graded against 20-some-odd best practices. And you can see there are a couple failures here. They're actually really, really mild failures. And we can walk through those in a second. I just want to walk through the rest of the tool in my remaining 3 minutes. So what we're looking at a packet trace. And so we're gathering all the packets in and out. We can see all the connections that go through. We can see that there's gzip being used. We can look at every single connection. And the other cool thing you can see here is that we're recording video at the same time, so you can watch how the packets are coming in and out and actually watch the video of what's happening with your app. We have all sorts of regular things you guys are all used to, like waterfall diagrams of what's happening. And we can look through the best practices. So the best practices, we've got some suggestions to minify CSS and HTML. Actually, I want to show you the one duplicate content we found. And one thing we see a lot of in mobile is duplicate content, things that aren't cached properly. There's one file here that was downloaded twice. It's 30 bytes. And this one's just funny because I love some of the messages that we see on mobile apps. It's really funny. One thing is now all that stuff is visible to folks who are interested. That we got a thing, use CSS images for CSS sprites, and that was on the page where all the exhibitors were. So there are all these little tiny images, so it suggested maybe you could do CSS sprites. So there's a lot of information about all of these best practices, and one of the guys on our team has written reams and reams of documentation on our website about mobile best practices. None of these are surprises to any of you guys. But the idea here is we're making it a free, easy-to-use tool that let developers see how their app is behaving on the mobile network and how they can make their app run better. What other cool stuff? So things that we're recording, we're looking at the packets going up and down. This is the RRC state machine, and I believe Ilya is giving a talk later on this, but every single time you make a connection in mobile, the radio stays on for a period of time afterwards, which causes huge battery drain. And so this is a way to look at the way your packets are going in and keeping the radio on. So if you keep the radio on, your app is the reason my phone is dead at the end of the day, and everybody hates that. So people are starting to realize that it's mobile apps causing that problem. So make sure that your mobile app isn't that guy, because there are now people looking at that and analyzing it, and there's big data reporting the apps that are bad, and you don't want to be the app that's being reported as the battery hog, because you're going to get uninstalled, and then you're not making any money. So the Arrow tool is this great open source, free tool. Feel free to talk to me afterwards about ways we can collaborate, work together to make this a better project for everyone. Thanks a lot.